It's Sunday. Yesterday was pretty crazy day all around, as you have already seen. I got home late, probably midnight. I ate two suspicious looking chicken thighs that were in the refrigerator, and I went to sleep. I feel like crap. My body is too old for all this running around and hauling and loading. And my brain is too old to try to keep all these things straight. So it's about 10:30. We have a 2:30 rehearsal at MLT. It'll be a tech run through. This is where we'll have some of the cast, I'm sure, and we'll make sure all the lighting works and the cues work and the set pieces are going to work and the times they're supposed to work. And so I've got a few hours. I noticed some things at rehearsal yesterday that I need to work on. This show, I'm going to say it's the second most difficult I've tried to learn. I would put it number one, ahead of The Hunchback of Notre Dame, but I'm going to keep that one in the number one spot because there were way more drums that were important. Sweeney Todd, it's mostly atmospherics, timpani that you can more feel than hear, triangle that, he exposes his razor and it's like, ching, like that kind of thing. So there's only a couple of spots where if I mess up, anybody's going to notice. So I'm going to work on that today. I've got a few hours. I'm going to get the book out. I'm going to cue up a video. I'm going to get my practice pad out. There's one part in the theme, the Ballad of Sweeney Todd. It's a really quick 6/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's a really tight snare roll at crescendos at the end, like brrr, brrr. And it sounded terrible yesterday. I think part of that is I'm using my backup snare, which doesn't sound good. I've had trouble getting it to sound right. A drum sounds its best when you can play it with authority, and if it sounds bad, you're going to be timid when you play it, and that's not going to sound good, because that part especially has to have conviction. I'm going to figure out what kind of roll sounds the best. I think something in 3 is going to work better because it's a 6/8, and you don't want to throw a weird meter in there that doesn't sound quite right. So I'm going to get the practice pad out, tighten that up a little bit. I'm also going to take my main snare, which does sound good and I do enjoy playing, and swap those out. So that's what I'm going to do today. Got a few hours, going to go through the book, do some more identification. There's only a couple of parts that I need to nail. So I think as long as I can do those and I know when to do those, fake it till you make it. One of the most valuable tools in your bag is going to be pattern recognition. This is going to be crucial because a lot of these shows, there are going to be times where you're not playing, you're waiting, you're resting. Hopefully you're enjoying the music in the show, but it's easy to get lost when you have like 70 measures of rest and you're just supposed to be counting. And in this show, I came across some time signatures I'm not familiar with. 12/8, 9/16. I mean, how do you count that? I have no idea. So I did some active listening and I started to pick up on the patterns of the vocal. So when I see a 12/8, I know that the actor is doing a certain thing. So when I hear her doing that, I know, okay, we're back in 12/8. This is the third time we've done it, so we're at this measure. And just little road marks like that help keep you on track. Another counterpart of pattern recognition and active listening is to pick up on vocal cues, like which lines, which dialogue lines, which musical lines cue up the next section. I see here that when he says, I too have, that's going to cue up Sailed the World. And this is where I need to be in because there's some effects I need to do there. And it's coming up on like kind of a build. And I'm listening for, right before the build, he's going to say, no place like London. And I know from my listening that the no place like is going to have the build And London is going to be like a very short staccato stop. Tonight is dress rehearsal, and tomorrow we open Sweeney Todd. So this is the least prepared I've ever been. Not prepared, it's the least rehearsed I've ever been. The rehearsal schedules for these are always really insane, as you can see here. And for this one, basically all I've had was, I had a read-through on Saturday. It didn't go well. And we did a whole run on Sunday afternoon with the full cast, and the cast is really good, so it made it a lot easier. We didn't have to keep stopping to deal with dance numbers and all that kind of thing like we usually do. So that was Sunday. Monday they canceled rehearsal. I'm not clear why. Tuesday, as I discussed with them ahead of time, I wasn't going to be able to be here because I had rehearsal for the full moon that we're doing on Friday. So I basically had one rehearsal and one read through. I haven't even met all the orchestra yet. I'm excited to meet them and hear how it's going to sound with this full 10-piece orchestra. And I only wish that I had a set of timpani, because that would have really made this thing perfect. But that shouldn't really be on me, right? If you're a theater, like we have one in town called the Riley Center, which is a fantastic facility. It's owned and operated by Mississippi State University. And it was the old Opera House in Meridian. And they revitalized it, revamped it, renovated it. If you go in the backstage area, there's a whole storage area. They have a really great drum kit. They've got timpani, they've got marimba, they've got, bells, they've got chimes, like all the percussion you would ever need, they have it back there. The Meridian Symphony Orchestra does play there, so they use that stuff. Really great set of timpani back there. But a place like this, they would really benefit from having just a bare minimum 2 timpani, basic drum kit, tambourine, woodblock, triangle. Just have that on hand, so you don't have to count on whoever you hire to bring a whole arsenal like that. But tonight's dress rehearsal, I've really been studying the book. I'm feeling more confident than I was before. Sunday went pretty well, and it was interesting because Saturday, when I was struggling so bad, I thought it was just me. But then on Sunday, we added more people, because the people that couldn't be there Saturday were there Sunday. And I watched them struggle as bad as I did. And they're better musicians than I am. So I don't feel as out of place as I did. But hopefully we'll have a good dress rehearsal. They're going to have no percussion on Friday, but that's not my job to sort all that out. I did all I could. I tried to hire 2 different guys, and they both fell through. So I did all I can do. Thursday through Sunday. Sunday will be matinee. That's where all my friends and family are coming. So I'm going to try to have everything down by the last day. It's the old joke in show business and like small theaters, like, hey, we'll have it down by Sunday. I'm not sure how much video I'm going to get inside the pit. I'll get some photos maybe, but there's not a whole lot of drum action. If I notice anything tonight that I think would be interesting, I'll try to get it in one of the actual performances. But
excuse me, dear, see to the customers. What now, love?
Quick now.
We are to flutter.
When I pound the floor.
When you pound the floor.
It's the second to show that I'm ready to go when I pound the floor.
You pound the floor, you trust me.
I just want to be sure when I'm certain there's no other place. I'll pound 3 times. 3 times. And then you 3 times. If you exactly more hot ride, more hot ride, more ride, more
It is opening night. It's Thursday. I am early because I get off at 5 and I don't need to be here until 6:30, but I don't really have anywhere else to go. And I don't have money to go eat or to go buy gas to drive all the way home and come back. So probably gonna go in a little bit early anyway and see if I can get my floor tom in the ballpark of F sharp. I really doubt it, but I think that would sound better for the big Sweeney Todd theme.
Look at me, Mrs. Lovett, look at you. No, we all deserve to die. Even you, Mrs. Lovett, even I. Because the lives of the wicked should be made brief, for the rest of us death will be relief. We all deserve to die. And I'll never see Joanna. No, I'll never hug my girl to me. Finished. All right, you, sir, how about a shave? Come and visit your good friend Sweeney. You, sir, too, sir, welcome to the grave. I will have vengeance. I will have salvation. Who, sir? You, sir? No one's in the chair. Come on, come on! Sweeney's waiting. I want you bleeders. You, sir. Anybody. Gentlemen, now don't be shy. Not one man. No, nor 10 men. Nor 100 can assuage me. I will.
He kept a shop in London town, of fancy clients and good renown. And what if none of their souls were saved? They went to their maker impeccably shaved. By Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street.
Lovable and a fancy chair, a mug of suds and a leather strap,
An apron, a towel, a pen, and a mop.
Beneath the sea deserves a nod. The Sweeney Todd.
The demon barber of Fleet Street.
Sweeney was quick and hardly clean. He was back with his smile under his word. Sweeney learned music that nobody heard. Sweeney wandered, Sweeney had life from the shady past.
Sweeney was smooth, Sweeney was simple, Sweeney was weak and rough. Sweeney was weird, Sweeney was simple, Sweeney was weak and rough. Yeah, Sweeney was Sweeney was Sweeney was Sweeney was Sweeney.
attend the tale of Sweeney Todd.
Attend the tale of Sweeney Todd.
He served a dark and a vengeful god.
He served the dark and vengeful God.
What happened then? Well, that's the play. He didn't want us to give it away. Not Sweeney.
Not Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street.
90% sure we're gonna see some teetotalers who are upset about the foul language in the show.
A protester now facing charges for punching the agitator, who was also arrested.
Even though it's a show where a barber murders people and sends the bodies down a chute so his neighbor can turn their meat into pies.
A group of 30 protesters marched from City Hall to here.
Because this is America and this is the South. We don't object to gore and violence. We object to profanity and nudity.